Hey guys, I hope your day is going well so far. I know by the time this video is out, some of you are already in the new year, so Happy New Year's. I don't usually make videos like these, ones with a slightly more serious tone, I guess, but I just felt like this year it would be a little interesting to reflect on everything that happened. Of course, with a year like 2020, it'd be hard to start off without mentioning all the bad things that happened. Now, this video is more of just, I don't know, a personal reflection on things. It's not really meant to represent everyone, of course, but in a way, despite it, being one of my worst years, it's kind of also somehow been one of my best years. My GPA surely wouldn't agree with that statement, but when it comes to everything else that's happened, I can look back and say, it could have been worse, For myself, it's actually been, I guess, kind of an eventful year, as school getting sort of canceled or moved online and stuff, and all the problems that come with that, and that's been really hard, and I'm sure a lot of students who are watching can safely say they feel the same. But when it comes to this channel and my personal growth and my standard of quality, in my work and in my videos and in my passion, I guess I can say, I don't know, it feels like it's been a good year of positive growth for me. I mean, 8 of my 10 most viewed videos came out this year, which is kind of insane to me. And I broke my highest record for most subscribers in a day, which now is sitting at 280 at once. Which, for a channel as small as mine, is kind of incredible, at least to me. Of course, the first few months were rough, and, ever since September, it's been sort of on the decline, and, the EU4 generally as content has been declining for the past 3 months or so. But on top of that, I mean, my channel has tripled in subscribers since the beginning of 2020, which, number-wise, only gaining 12,000 doesn't seem like much, but personally, it feels like a lot. And not only that, but the total views on the channel has quadrupled, which, I don't know. It starts to feel, I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I feel like you guys don't feel too interested in something like that. What's really struck a chord with me, though, is how I have felt more importance in what I do, and how I've grown more connected to the community over this last year. I mean, yeah, on occasion I've talked to other creators in the past, but nothing quite like what I've done this year. I've played in MPs with different creators. I've been invited to, well, not necessarily Paradox held events held by staff at Paradox. I've been able to talk to, meet and work with people that I've been fans of for a few years, which for me is kind of incredible. And just thinking about in the future, I might be able to meet people who are fans of me, and that's kind of weird. I had a weird moment of realization when I went into the chat of a Twitch stream of another EU4 content creator, and I was just there to hang out, and people recognized me, and I was like, that's weird. That's weird. Being recognized by people you don't know feels odd. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it was that moment that I realized that this whole thing that I've been building, this channel, is larger than myself. It's the community. It's everything that's been built over the past 2 years, but mainly this year. And that's sort of when I decided I need to put more of myself in my videos. I need to put more work, more effort, more refinement, and generally more quality into the videos I make. And I hope that's been reflected. I think it's been reflected. Most of my edited videos are doing really well, so I think people have been enjoying them. Coincidentally, the amount of time I've been putting into each one has at least doubled, so if nothing else, that has to speak for something. And even the videos where it doesn't take a lot of effort, like the series that I put out every day, especially this last one that's been going for a few months, I've been getting pretty consistently better viewership, which is interesting. Like, the Spain World Conquest is currently on like episode 87, and it's still getting like 1,000 views a day, which is like the most robust viewer retention I've ever had. I never thought anyone would watch it past like episode 50. Generally, series tend to fall off at that point, but no, there's been a consistent following of people who just continue to watch it, and I don't know how to describe how grateful I am for that. I've also had the opportunity to work on new projects and stuff like that. I mean, you know, edited videos have been something I've done for a long time, but starting on things like edited series, a multiplayer series, stuff like that was really new to me, and I feel like they've done pretty okay. So, in the new year, in 2021, what I want to do is I want to continue making new things. I don't want to just keep on making these series all the time, and I know that might disappoint a few of you. I will, of course, continue making these series, but I want to put more effort into branching out into new content, especially. And looking at the way that, like, as a game, EU4 has shaped my channel so much, but looking at how content like that has been performing as of recently, I want to expand the channel. I want to look at new games. I want to look at things that I have personal interest in. And I sort of, I don't want to say I want to take a break from EU4, but I have felt somewhat burnt out, so I want to play less of it, more just maybe other Paradox games, or maybe other games that are genre adjacent, so regular strategy, maybe Civilization, things like that. But because it's such a big staple of my channel these days, I think EU4 is going to stick around for a while until it basically runs out of interest. Oh, but don't forget that 1.31 is going to come out soon, so I've already put out a video like a few months back about all the new stuff that's coming to one of the regions, but of course, as I did with 1.30, I'll release, very definitive guides for each of the regions and what's coming and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know, this entire video has been completely unscripted, so I'm just spitballing at this point. I guess if there's one last thing I would like to mention is that I haven't just been working on this channel. There's actually been a second project that I recently started up with friends, and that's a podcast, actually. I won't go into too much detail because it's really different from this channel. It's extremely different. But if you've been a long-time fan and you enjoy anime and such, I have actually started a podcast with my friends. It's called Real Talk Anime. We're not too far into it so far, and we only release an episode like every 2 weeks. But it's been a lot of fun, and I sort of wanted to see how big it could get before I said anything, before I advertise it to the fan base of, EU4 and Grand Strategy players that I have. There's often a lot of overlap somehow. I don't really know how that works, but if you happen to be in that niche of niches where you have been watching my channel because you like Grand Strategy, but you're also a big fan of anime and stuff, then, go check it out. It's a lot of fun to make, and I think we've come up with some pretty good stuff so far. But yeah, I guess that wraps up all of 2020. I think it was good for me to have a video where I talk about the positive stuff rather than everything else that's happened this year. Of course, there's still a lot of unresolved issues going into 2021, but seeing how things are looking, it probably is going to be a better year than 2020. Of course, I don't want to jinx anything, but I really hope everyone has a better year for these next 12 coming months. So I guess that's it for me. Thanks for watching if you've gotten to the end of this personal little rant here, and I will see you in 2021.